touchdown, Patrick Mahomes.
What a goal by Mia Hamm.
Jordan, look at that. Holy cow.
Today, the Mississippi State Bulldogs come to Baton Rouge for a little taste test of LSU football. It's our all-tell game of the week right here on Lincoln Financial Sports. And hello again, everybody. I am Dave Neal. So glad you could join us as we come to you on a rare early appearance here at Tiger Stadium. Now, Mississippi State's coming in after their first win of the season, an overtime thriller against UAB last weekend. Meanwhile, it appears that LSU has put the loss to Auburn 2 weeks ago behind them. They rolled to a 49-7 win over Tulane last Saturday. And if you're thinking about a national championship, well, LSU still in the picture, ranked number 9 in America. And if you're going to lose, it's better to do it early. But now the question is, can they win the rest of these games? And joining me today, my partner, Dave Rowan. As we look at Mississippi State, Dave, obviously we know about their offensive woes the first 2 weeks. They were shut out. But now they've gone back to their ex-quarterback, Omar Connor, who's now calling the plays again. And it seems that maybe they found a little spark offensively.
I think you're right, Dave. Mississippi State has some weapons on offense, but they've been very quiet. But it's so true with so many teams. The quarterback is the catalyst. And Omar Connor came in last week, and I mean, he lit it up.
Yeah, and playing with a lot of confidence. And he'll have to have it today, facing a defense that is arguably the best in the country, maybe the best we've seen in a couple of years. This LSU defense, Dave, has been awesome.
Oh, they are amazing. For what I saw on film this week, this may be the best top-to-bottom defense that I've seen in years. They control the line of scrimmage. They have great push up front, led by 72 Dorsey. Their backers fly to the ball. They're only allowing 5 points per game. And their secondary may be the best in the nation, not just the SEC, Dave.
Not only will they hit you in the mouth, they'll also chase you down as well. They are speedy and physical. Let's talk about our Toyota keys to the game.
Well, first of all, bully the Tigers. Mississippi State's offense has sputtered. Their defense has to win the game for them today. Turnovers, 3 and outs, field position. They need to manhandle the Tigers and make some andouille gumbo. That's what they call it down here. And when you make gumbo down here, you throw a little bit of everything into the pot. LSU needs that good mix of offense, running and passing the ball. Throwing that great defense, Dave, with the pass rush, 3 and outs. You throw in a few spices in the pot, and you got something that really pleases the crowd.
LSU won the toss. They will defer their option until the second half, so Mississippi State will receive. Chris Jackson will kick it off for the Tigers. Derek Pegues back deep for Mississippi State, and we are underway. Pegues will take it about 3 yards deep in the end zone, and is hit at the 10 and falls forward to the 13-yard line. Well, today we're going to see I guess you might say the future at running back for these two teams. And for more on that, let's check in with my man, Dave Baker.
Hey, Dave, if you're talking about the future is now. You'll see in a little bit Charles Scott for LSU. He's a guy that's come in. He's averaged 62 yards per game, 7.8 per carry. And we're going to get our first look here in a second at Anthony Dixon. He's got so much promise for Mississippi State. 31 TDs as a high school senior. He's been bothered by that broken finger. He's still got a pin in it. That's caused some ball security issues that Sylvester Croom will be watching closely early in this one.
That first handoff goes to the youngster, Anthony Dixon, the freshman out of Jackson, Mississippi. LaRon Landry with the tackle. Take a look at our Chevy starting lineups. Offensively, Tony Burks has kind of busted onto the scene. Coaches have been hoping he would develop. He had 4 catches last week against UAB. Up front, this is an offensive line that has rotated somewhat. Craig Jenkins, a redshirt freshman, a big boy, 6'4", 319. They say the future is real bright for that youngster. This offensive line will be tested today big time by the front 4 of LSU, about as good as it gets among the front 4 in the SEC. That handoff again to Dixon. Not much happening. That'll bring up 3rd down and long. Defensively for LSU, we told you about this front 4, led by Glenn Dorsey, the junior, who has 21 total tackles. 6 of those have been behind the line of scrimmage. Chase Pittman, also a man to keep an eye on today. Derry Beckwith has been the, I guess, the story from this linebacking core, leading the team with 27 tackles. Coaches say that he is a star in the making if he isn't already. And LaRon Landry leads an experienced group in the secondary. Here's Connor on a little rollout. He'll throw across the middle. Pass is dropped at the 24-yard line. That would have been about a yard shy of first down anyway. Lance Long was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up a 4th down situation.
That was an interesting first series, Dave, watching what Mississippi State does, trying to get the ball outside, try to get a little bit of pressure on the defense.
There's Sylvester Croom, now in his 3rd year at Mississippi State. 7 wins, 19 defeats. Blake McAdams back to punt for the Bulldogs, averaging just shy of 39 yards a kick.
LSU should get great field position.
Not much of a rush, and McAdams hits a good high kick. That drives Jackson back inside the 35. He'll take it out to the 44, where he's knocked out of bounds. Take a look at our Chevy lineups offensively for LSU. Dwayne Bowe, he's just become the touchdown maker. 16 career touchdown receptions. Places him 7th all-time at LSU. Up front, Will Arnold is the man that is leading the charge. He's got a couple of bad knees, though, but still among the best in the Southeastern Conference. And there is JaMarcus Russell, who has completed 66% of his passes this year. He's averaging about 230 yards a game through the air, but he has 7 touchdowns, and he has been marvelous when it comes to holding on to the football. Only 1 interception so far this year. Charles Scott, the true freshman, gets the start at tailback. First pass of the game is caught by Craig Davis, the senior who leads the team with 19 receptions, now has 20 on the year.
Well, I love the way JaMarcus Russell sits back in the pocket and looks downfield. A lot of time, offensive line game, a lot of time. That's really important that Mississippi State tries to put some pressure on him today. If they're going to get to him, they're going to have to get some pressure, bring somebody else other than just that front 4.
20-yard pickup out of the gates for LSU. Now Russell will work out of the shotgun. A little inside handoff goes to early Doucette. Mississippi State read it well and played it well. This Mississippi State defense has been up to the task this year. It has not been their 1-3 start has not had to do much with this group. Delwan Robinson, 7.5 tackles for loss, leads the Southeastern Conference. We talk about LSU's front 4. The Mississippi State front 4 also pretty good. Some of those guys play at the next level. Brenton Culberson, he's not the biggest middle linebacker in the SEC. All he does is make plays. 36 tackles, leads the team. And this secondary is pretty good as well. Jeremy Johnson looking for his first INT this year. He has 7 in his career from his free safety position.
Big down, got to get pressure, got to come with somebody. Here they come.
Culberson, pass to the outside, over the head of Craig Davis. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 8.
Good call that time. Mississippi State brought some late pressure. They're going to try to do that all day. Sylvester Croom told us that they want to get pressure. Les Miles, he knows that they're going to come. He said they're going to come after us. They've got to try to disrupt the offense, try to get them in situations 2nd and long. That's their plan today.
See LSU this year, 3rd down conversions. They rank 3rd in the league. 52% of the time they have been successful. They'll go with a 4 wideout set. Jacob Hester stands alongside Russell in the backfield. JaMarcus over the middle. Pass is caught by Dwayne Bowe. Spins around at the 10 and falls forward. Maybe inside the 9. Jamar Chaney finally brings him down. Good pass and catch for a pickup of 26 yards. First down, LSU.
Well, I could not believe the pressure that Russell was under that time. 58 Hurd coming on the outside. Watch him come all the way around. He swats at the quarterback right there on the back. It doesn't even disrupt JaMarcus Russell. Look at him. See him just look downfield. He's got such confidence. Look at that. Throwing into 3-men conversion. Beautiful touch on the ball. That's the way you deliver it.
Bowe, the senior out of Miami, Florida, with his 17th catch of the year. It is 1st and goal. Little toss sweep. Not much happening on the play for Charles Scott. Jamar Chaney, the sophomore out of Fort Pierce, Florida, brings him down. Look at the LSU offense inside the red zone this year. 14 out of 16. However, the 2 times they didn't make it, they're just trying to run out the clock. Didn't attempt to score. They actually have a streak of 41 consecutive scores in the red zone. If you take out the times that they just tried to end a game or a half in the red zone. And that's red zone, look, powered by Honda Generators for the ultimate tailgating experience.
Oh, Hart County got him to jump off sides.
And a touchdown pass to Craig Davis from 9 yards out. His first touchdown reception of the season. Let's see if it stands.
Well, it's a heads-up call. Came out, did a hard count, got the defense falling down forward. Watch this hard count. See, emphasis right there. You bring them off. Now, really, on your offensive line, you've really got to be controlled in there. You can't jump when they jump. See how they all jump in the gaps? You've got to be disciplined. That's exactly what they were. And what a throw. I mean, he finds Craig Davis in the seam there.
Colt David to attempt the point after. 19 out of 19 this year. And he splits the upright. So it didn't take long. 5 minutes, 4 minutes and 5 seconds. So Craig Davis finally gets his first touchdown catch of the year to join the parade with Early Doucette and Dwayne Bowe. 7-0 LSU. It is a warm day here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, but LSU didn't take long to get loose. They lead it 7-0. They have now outscored their opponents. If you go back to the Peach Bowl, 189-23 over the last 5 games in 4 minutes. That's impressive. Chris Jackson will kick it off. The Geese about 5 yards deep will take a knee, and the Bulldogs will bring it out to the 20-yard line.
I'm glad Mike's in that cage. Wow.
Here's Omar Connor going deep. Passes over the head of Tony Burks. It'll be incomplete, but Mississippi State, after a couple of runs early against LSU's defense, decided to stretch the field a little bit.
Well, Sylvester Croom told us that first down was really important this week. They didn't want to get in second and real long. He said on second down, if we can get 2nd and 5, we're going to go after them. We're going to throw deep. And he said we're going to run straight at them. We're not trying to run wide. We're going to run straight at them and try to power the ball in there.
Second down and 10. This is what Woody McCorvey, the offensive coordinator, was trying to avoid, Dave, is these second and long situations. Broken tackle by Dixon. Pick up 4 hard, maybe 3.5 hard yards.
Boy, Dave, number 48 Beckwith, he's the one that everybody's talking about. He's just a sophomore. They love the way he moves to the ball. Watch this lateral slide to the ball. Look at those feet. You see how he doesn't cross his feet? Slides, perfect. That's the way you're coached. Don't turn and run.
Boy, Beckwith, the sophomore, they said last year he just really developed. He played a lot of linebacker positions at practice a year ago. In terms of game activity, basically a special teams performer. But when they came back for spring practice and then again before this season, he just blossomed into a star. Here's Connor under pressure. Can't shake the tackle, brought down by Chase Pittman, the senior. Pressure came from the other side, and Tyson Jackson.
Yeah, the whole front does a great job this time. 93 Jackson gets in there, and then Pittman comes in. That's your 2 ends. Now, they talk about a controlled rush. Watch the 2 ends. Get upfield. Now, force them to step up in the pocket, and when you do, you come in, collapse down in there, and you see that Pittman comes up with the tackle.
So LSU leads the league in sacks. That's their 15th of the year. Nearly blocked. Here's a returnable kick. Jevis Jackson gets hit right as he crosses the midfield stripe. So good field position, though, for LSU. JaMarcus Russell under center. That tailback is the true freshman, Charles Scott. He'll get the handoff, hit, breaks. A tackle, falls forward for a yard or 2. Finally brought down by Michael Hurd.
Dave, they didn't get much on that drive, that last play, but on this one they certainly did. Great drive, 6 plays, 56 yards. It was all JaMarcus Russell. He found Bowe, then he finds Davis for the score right here in the seam. Just cut that seam for the touchdown. That was a well-orchestrated drive by JaMarcus Russell.
Yeah, Russell, 3 out of 4 on that drive for 54 yards and a touchdown. Now, the youngster with 8 touchdown passes and just 1 interception. On second down and 9, Tigers line up in the I. Handoff goes to the tailback Scott. He's dropped right there by Quentin Culberson, the senior out of Jackson, Mississippi. Dave, how was Culberson? He's only 6 feet tall, 240, 235 pounds, but he just is a playmaker.
Oh, he is. He plays with his heart. He's not real big, as you said, Dave, but he plays with his heart. He's got he just has great fundamentals. Good move right here by Robinson. Get to the outside and come back inside. But Culberson, you want to step forward and accept that tackle. Just come forward and don't get blocked by that center, and he doesn't.
Culberson, of course, a former cornerback, did move to safety, finally made his way to an outside backer spot. Now he runs the middle. On third down, Russell to throw over the middle. Bo has the catch at the 20, inside the 10, down to the 6-yard line. Keith Fitzhugh finally drags him down. A gain of 41 on third down and 8.
Well, Ellis Johnson, the defense coordinator, told us that they may drop 8. They did this time. They had 3 rushers. Look at the time that Russell has to sit back there. Look, nobody even near him. That wonderful arm, that beautiful spiral. He stands tall in the pocket. And he went to every one of, he goes to every one of his receivers. I mean, he can find Davis, he can find Bo. He's looking out to the right for Doucette. I mean, mix the ball around. I mean, they're not throwing to any one special receiver.
And Davis finally got his first touchdown on the opening drive today. So another first and goal for LSU. Hand off to Scott, off left guard. Touchdown Tigers, 6 yards by the true freshman Charles Scott. His 4th touchdown of the year on the ground.
Boy, Dave, when I saw him in film yesterday, he was listed as the 3rd tailback. I said, what in the world is that? Look how hard that young man runs. Ran for 100 yards. Look at this. Put your head down. Watch the ball control. Protection. Keep that ball in tight. When he got down there, nobody was going to rip it out from him.
Colt David with the point after. It is up and good. So couple of short fields for LSU, and they take full advantage and have rolled to a 14-0 advantage. And we're getting a good look at maybe the future at tailback for LSU, Charles Scott. LSU's offense has looked like a big 18-wheel rig coming right at you.
Yeah, they're motoring right now. And how about that defense? 3 and out, 3 and out. That's what you want on defense. It's one of their goals. We saw it on the wall yesterday. 3 and outs.
Jackson to kick it off. Pegues will return it a yard deep. Pegues and flags come in as Pegues takes it out over the 26. So Mississippi State will be backed up if the call goes against Mississippi State, which is what all indications are.
Yep, holding against them.
Our referee today, Hubert Owens.
Holding on the receiving team. Number 42, half the distance from the spot of the foul. It'll be first down.
This LSU club, part of their success is because they've been able to get off to great starts inside this building. And 59-0 in the first quarter. Let's go down and check in with Dave Baker. Buzz?
Fellas, here's the deal now. And I mean, this doesn't take any CSI to figure this out, but in terms of what Sylvester Croom wants to do, they've got to establish a little offense right here. The way this LSU football team is playing, and as talented as they are, and they're as talented on the second team as they are on the first team, State doesn't get something going, this snowball could get real big in a hurry going downhill.
Yeah. So true, Buzz. They just got to move chains. You got to move chains. Think of first down first.
Pass is caught by Tony Burks out over the 15. They'll spot it at the 17-yard line.
This was a good call. Sit back there. Look for that little curl inside. Find Burks out there. Pick up positive yardage. That's what you do. Don't get in that third down 7-8 yards where they can just fly after you. Get in that third, maybe 2-3 where you've got a chance. Now you got. I'm going to look for Omar Connor right now. Maybe use that little rollout. Get outside where he gets away from that pressure, Dave. Use those legs.
Bulldogs desperately need to pick up this first down on third down and 3. They'll line up in the I formation. Here's Connor. Here comes pressure, and he's dropped back at the 11-yard line. The first man there, Tyson Jackson, will pick up the sack. That's the second of the day for this LSU defense.
And Dave, when you hit your back step and you're a quarterback, right in here, watch when he hits his back step. He turns around. Already he's starting to move forward. See, he doesn't have time to look downfield because the pocket's starting to collapse around him.
They came into the game with 14. You can add a couple of more this afternoon as Bo Pelini, the defensive coordinator, thinks his front four gets ample pressure, but they don't really need to be a blitzing, blitzing team.
Not when you got 4 linemen that can rush like they do. 2 defensive tackles strong inside, 2 ends around the horns.
Another good kick. Chevis Jackson back at the 43-yard line. Jackson with a seam. And brought down at the 38-yard line by Keith Fitzhugh. A 48-yard punt, an 18-yard return, and once again, a very short field. You're just asking your defense to do something that you just can't do against this LSU defense, and that's make him go 40, 45 yards.
No, you got to move the ball. You got to move chains. You got to get first downs. You got to take the pressure off your defense if you're Mississippi State. This defense has been out there too long already. There's Ellis Johnson, the defensive coordinator right there.
LSU, the highest scoring offense in the SEC at 35.5 a game. Russell going over the middle, has his man wide open, touchdown, early Doucette. Wide open for 37 yards. His 4th touchdown catch of the year to lead the team in that department.
And Dave, this is just pure vintage JaMarcus Russell. Watch this. Gets a little bit of a rush from the outside from 58, Michael Hurd, but just stands back there. I love the way he stands so tall in the pocket, looks downfield, and with the speed of these wideouts, you can't double anybody.
Chris Jackson now for the point after. He splits the uprights. And it's 21-0 with 3 minutes and 40 seconds to play here in the opening quarter. JaMarcus Russell now with 9 touchdown passes. He came in as the 7th best passer in terms of passing efficiency in the NCAA. 2nd in the SEC, trailing Chris Leak down at the University of Florida, who's having a great season. There's just so many weapons. If LSU can sustain a running game, that's been the big question at LSU, was can they run the football? Justin Vincent, Ali Broussard, Charles Scott, Keelan Williams, all guys that are on that rotation, that list, but they need somebody to really step up and be their guy. They get that going, Dave. I mean, how do you stop this team?
Well, they told us last week, they said that Charles Scott really stood up, had that 100-yard game, and maybe he's the answer on that running game for LSU.
Let's check in again with Dave Baker. Buzz?
Boy, Dave, just a real juggernaut early on. Just how efficient is this LSU offense? They come in, they get the slant, first touchdown to Buster Davis. With Charles Scott, the freshman we talked about, he blows it up the middle. And then JaMarcus Russell, we all had a chance to spend some time with him yesterday. Look at the touch he puts on that ball to early Doucette. We saw him throw it between the goalposts on his knees from the 50-yard line. But this young man, despite some of the doubters early in the season, guys, he's got so much command of his game. Not only getting him into the right plays, whizzing it when he has to, and really putting great touch. He is going to be spectacular at the next level. He's already been spectacular in my mind today.
Yeah, he certainly has been, Buzz.
Out of the eye. Dixon gets it out to the 25-yard line. That'll bring up a 2nd down and manageable situation now for Mississippi State.
You know, Dave, just one follow-up on that comment that Buzz made. Jimbo Fisher told us yesterday, said that the hand balance that JaMarcus Russell has is unbelievable. He knows when to drill it in. He just knows when to lay it up. He can just play it so many different ways. He's got great touch, very intelligent young man. He's got everything, and size. Man, does he stand up in that huddle.
Arnell Stallworth, another true freshman, now in at tailback. He wears number 30. Connor's pass caught for a first down on the far side by Lance Long. That'll be their first down of the afternoon. Chevis Jackson brings him down.
Well, they talk so highly of Lance Long, number 86. He's all the way to the right of your screen. Look at this little dart throw. He's on the out pattern, dives for that first down, knows that he's got to move those chains. Sylvester Croom, in his comments about him, said that he's all over the place. He said, I'll just stay with him as long as I can.
Dixon back in the game at tailback. We'll get the handoff. Dixon out over the 35, picks up 3.5, maybe 4 on the carry. It'll bring up another manageable second down. And talking to Woody McCorvey in our meetings, he says that, they've got to be better on first down. They can't afford to be 2nd and 9, 2nd and 11. They can get it to 2nd and 4 and 6. He feels like they can do some things with Omar Connor and put him in good places. But when you're facing 2nd and 10, it's hard for anybody to be successful.
You better flat out believe it, especially when you know this defensive lineman don't. There's Woody McCorvey, the offensive coordinator for Mississippi State, and he said when we got in 2nd and 5, he said, watch us, we may go downfield, we may go long, just try to challenge him. I wonder if that's true in this situation.
Big 7-step drop. Connor just has to throw it away. Good coverage downfield. Basically again a 4-man pressure, and they're dropping 7.
Yeah, I watched that time. The wide receivers, everyone man-to-man. Pressure by Jackson out there, and they left number 93 on the left side, but every man was covered. I mean, I'm talking about covered.
Today's 1st and 10 line is brought to you by Titan Technology Partners, making IT right. Sylvester Croom knew when he took this job it was going to be an uphill battle. He just thinks that a lot of people don't understand how far in the hole they were when he got this job and how tough it is to dig yourself out in this brutally tough SEC. Connor takes a big hit, passes incomplete at the 40-yard line, looking for Lance Long, who bobbled it. Pressure came from LaRon Landry, the free safety, who came flying in.
Boy, big push up front, and they brought pressure on there. Number 30's LaRon Landry. Look at him just nail the quarterback. That time Connor looked downfield. I mean, he had to get rid of that ball quick.
LaRon Landry said that he would play at the line of scrimmage every down if he could.
I know, he loves to hit. Yeah. He said those guys up front, they're taking every hit. I don't get many tackles. Gosh knows.
Chevis Jackson back again. This punt very returnable. Jackson makes a man miss to the 30, to the 35, and the flag comes in. A 38-yard kick, a 10-yard return. Carlton Rice with the tackle on special teams. If I'm not mistaken, this might be the worst field position of the afternoon.
Yeah.
For LSU.
Yeah, hand in the back. That's going to take them back a few more yards.
LSU came in.
Doing the return. Illegal block in the back. Number 30 on the receiving team. 10 yards from the end of the run. It'll be first down.
Let's check in with Dave Baker as more on LaRon Landry.
Boy, Dave, no question. He's one of those consensus All-Americans. He's another guy that's going to be special at the next level. Already special here. But Bo Pelini, the defensive coordinator, one of the things he teaches is when to strip the football. Landry knew he had the tackle. Look what he does. He reaches in, strips it away, creates the incompletion. Good coaching, good attention to the game plan.
Swing it out to early Doucette. He'll pick up the first down, a 15-yard pickup. This LSU offense, Dave, they are averaging over 400 yards of offense a game. That's second best in the SEC. They've been highly successful on third down plays. They have no turnovers in the last 2 games. They moved the football against Auburn. It's not a matter of, the fact that they were stuck in the mud at Auburn. They just couldn't get it in the end zone.
Yeah, they drove long field. They had to drive long distances and didn't capitalize at the end. But, boy, they're hitting on every cylinder today. Look at this time. There we go. Now they're getting the pressure. Look, it just avoids the pressure.
Going deep. Man open. Caught inside the 5, down to the 2-yard line. Richard Jack Dixon, the backup tight end. But a flag is down.
Boy, this could negate an incredible passing catch.
Roughing the passer.
Nope.
Number 58 on the defense. The penalty is half the distance from the end of the play. First down.
We talk about JaMarcus Russell and how big he is. Watch this. He's going to get pressure. Watch him just step out of the pressure. Step forward. Now, look downfield. The ball is away. You can't hit him. There, he got hit. That's a good call. Number 58, Michael Hurd, just takes a shot on him. But what a pass. Look at that. Tight spiral. And look where he drops it right in there. That is perfect touch to Dixon.
A 55-yard pickup. Richard Dixon in the game has actually got the nod as the starter today because Keith Zinger still out with a stomach ailment. First and goal. Handoff to Scott as he falls forward into the goal. They will say no. They'll spot it just outside the end zone. Quentin Culberson with the tackle. And that'll probably be the end of the first quarter. And an impressive first quarter it was for LSU. Talk about firing on all cylinders. After one quarter of play, LSU is knocking on the door. They already lead 21-0 here in Baton Rouge. LSU has exploded to a 21-0 start. Second goal. Scott dives in. Touchdown, his second this afternoon.
This is my part of the game. Big man on big man. Just smash mouth. Just drive them. Look at that. Just put your head down. Just plow in there. Boy, now that's football. You don't take any prisoners on a play like that.
Colt David now with the point after attempt for LSU to try to make it 28-0, and he does just that. So 4 seconds into the second quarter, LSU 4 touchdowns out in front. We will return after a word from Mississippi State and LSU.
Has 1 first down. They've moved the chains very, very little. They've just 3 and out. Can't do that.
Pegues inside the end zone, takes it out to the 15 and stop right there. Well, Dave Baker down on the sidelines found some, you know, there are a lot of people around here, Buzz, that are famous and well known,
yep.
But there was one earlier that certainly everybody in this part knows.
Well, you're absolutely right. You saw her so many times, Dave. Simone Augustus, the most decorated player in the history of LSU basketball. She led the Tigers to 3 straight Final Fours. She's the WNBA Rookie of the Year. She got a great reception from this crowd. And speaking of basketball and all the success, John Brady and the folks have had a little bit as well. Yesterday, for our Lincoln Financial preseason basketball show, had a chance to sit down with Glenn Davis. Big baby is now little baby. He's lost 45 pounds over the summer, and he looks like Dave Rowe did back when he was playing.
Thanks, Buzz.
Yeah, saw John Brady before the game today. Has some big recruits in town. Here's Omar Connor, nowhere to go, being chased by Tyson Jackson. They flag down on the play. As we look at our Gatorade first quarter stats and look at the passing yard, it's 202 yards in 1 quarter. Wow.
I don't know when I've seen 200 yards in a quarter passing. That's incredible. And look at, you know what the interesting thing is? Look at time of possession. Everything was fast.
See what that flag is all about.
After the play was over, personal foul. Number 55 on the offense. Unnecessary rushes. Half the distance from the goal from the previous spot.
Dave Rowe, LSU's defense has been sensational.
Beckwith with a good stick in there, just played it perfect. They've gotten a lot of pressure on him as Pittman comes up and makes the sack there. Jackson says, hey, wait a minute, I'm going to get my sack too, and he gets one. And then that stick by Landry, that's the tone setter right there. Poor Omar Connor just stood back there, and he's been under pressure all day.
You know, Omar Connor was here 2 years ago as a starting quarterback and didn't complete 4 quarters. He got hurt and had to leave the game. Handoff to Stallworth. It's maybe a yard. Ricky Jean-Francois picks up the tackle, the freshman out of Miami, Florida.
Dave, I love this LSU defense. I told you when I looked at the film, I thought they could be one of the best that I've seen in years. All the big men up front, they get a great push up in the middle. They two ends do containment. Their backers fly to the ball all over the place. And we talked about that secondary. There's nowhere to go. There's no weakness in this defense.
Mississippi State 0 for 4 on third downs this afternoon. Bobbled snap. Connor in the end zone. Throws it out of bounds, and that'll bring up another punting situation.
Boy, and look where they're punting from. They're going to be punting from their end zone. It's going to give LSU another great field opportunity, field position.
Mississippi State now has had 5 possessions, and 4 of those have been 3 and outs. McAdams to punt again. Here's a good kick. Nice tight spiral that Jackson will take at the 45 and is tripped up at the 46. 28-0 LSU, a 46-yard punt. But the Tigers have the ball when we come back. JaMarcus Russell already over 200 yards through the air. Handoff goes to Scott. He picks up about 6 on the play. Closed captioning is provided by IKVI Incorporated. Building vision, building relationships. For more info, go to IKVI.com.
Boy, Culberson, I mean, he comes off, but look at that size difference in there. Now, that's a little bit of a hold right in there, little jersey being pulled. But Culberson not giving anything away. He's 235, right? He's blocking against about a 300-pound offensive lineman.
Here's Hester. Breaks a couple of tackles and picks up the first down. Fitzhugh runs him out of bounds, but the Bulldogs had a chance to stop him at the line of scrimmage and just couldn't hold on.
Absolutely. Missed tackles will kill you. If you miss tackles, you're in trouble. They've got 3 missed tackles. Right here's a missed tackle. Right there. They got him. You got to get that. You got to come up there. He just runs over him right there. That was Michael Hurd with the missed tackle. Got to tackle. Got to wrap him up. Coaches teach you, wrap those arms around him.
Esther, the junior out of Shreveport, Louisiana. Multi-dimensional, has 12 catches as well this year. Out of the I formation on first down and 10. Russell will throw. Early Ducell turns and gets it to the 35-yard line. About 3 yards shy of the first down. Jeremy Johnson with his 3rd stop of the afternoon.
And you know, Dave, when I was talking with JaMarcus Russell yesterday about that play, I said, when you have that little seam play where you dump it out in the flat, is that an automatic read? And he said, yeah. He said, I look over at the receiver. If he's given too much cushion on the corner, he said, I just throw it to him and let them make a play. That time picks up about 7-8 yards on the play. It's a heck of a play if you can keep on doing it.
There's Scott. He's got a couple of blockers, but decides to run over a Bulldog defender. I think that was Anthony Littlejohn out there. Picks up 6 yards, however, and the first down.
Point number 32, Charles Scott. He's going to be somebody special here. Just a freshman. It was interesting. Les Miles said yesterday to us that Scott is one of those freshmen that showed flashes, but the flashes just kept on coming. He said he's very mature about it, knows his role, knows exactly what they want him to do.
Ball just inside the 30-yard line. Six-man front for Mississippi State. They fall off and rush 5. Russell throws it to the near side. Pass is caught by Davis, and he is finally pushed out of bounds at the 8-yard line. That's another first down. Johnson will get credit for the stop. That's a 21-yard pickup.
Dave, we used to talk about Eli Manning having touch and position where he throws the ball. You cannot throw the ball any better on an out pattern than that, what he does to Davis on that play. Ball is away from his body. They have those soft hands. They just catch the ball so well.
Look at the Mississippi State numbers inside the red zone. That red zone look powered by Honda generators for the ultimate tailgating experience. Out of the I formation. Here's Scott. Big collision at about the 6.5-yard line.
Man, that was a stick up in the middle there. Tried to cut it backside. Look backside. He's going to try to cut it backside. Watch when he cuts back. Look when he right there. Boy, that's a good stick in there. That was Chaney on the stick. Jamar Chaney, number 22. Gotta give him a little credit. He's just one of those sophomores that's getting a lot of playing time. He's got 5 tackles already. 5 tackles. That's pretty good from a weak side backer spot. 24 for the season already.
Russell over the middle. Touchdown LSU. Dwayne Bowe. His 3rd touchdown reception of the season. And JaMarcus Russell is putting on a clinic. He is now 10 out of 11 for 237 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Well, what he does so well here, look, no pressure, and he just waits for his receiver to clear the coverage. That's Dwayne Bowe, number 80. He just clears the coverage. He's just sitting back there. He's so poised, so confident with his arm. And they say his arm is out of sight. He can throw, as you said, Dave. It's off the charts.
Point after is up and good. Dwayne Bowe, 17 touchdown catches here at LSU. He and JaMarcus Russell have combined for 15 of those, the 2nd best combination in LSU history. Tigers have won 6 straight in this series and 13 of the last 14. Last season, Mississippi State got off to a 7-0 lead. Then LSU responded with 37 straight points to win 37-7. Chambers with the return out to the 29-yard line.
Dave, just a quick play here. Watch this. He play fakes into the line. That holds these backers in here. Now, you come down like that, you come across the middle, and you don't allow the safety to get back and help. Watch the play again. Little play fake action right there. That holds the backers and the safety in there. Now you wait for the top of the fixture right there in the middle. Just wait for your receiver to clear. That's just a perfect play. Hold those backers, drill it out there, wait from them. And what a dilemma for Mississippi State. They've either got to put pressure on them, try to get them, but they just can't sit back there and let them pitch and catch with it.
Connor under pressure again over the middle. Pass is too high, incomplete, 2nd down and 10. Just handed this stat. LSU has 5 drives and 5 touchdowns today. Mississippi State with 5 drives and 5 punts.
Wow. Boy, when Connor watches, when he hits that back foot right there, he's look at him. See those quick feet? That's because he sees the pressure coming on him. That's Favorite, 99, who's coming right on him. I mean, when he gets back and hits that back foot, starts to step forward and look downfield, he's got somebody in his face right away.
Favorite, a member of a rap group called Black Venom, already recorded an album. Multi-talented. Here's Stallworth. Driving to the 39-yard line. He'll be close to the 1st down.
Now that's a good call by Connor. What you're trying to do is you're trying to get that defensive line that's running down your throat. You're trying to get them thinking about that little screen pass out there, just so that you take that pressure off. Now you got 3rd down and 1, nothing fancy. Just plow that ball up there. Find somebody you can get behind. We talked about Hamilton with his great size, number 60. And Anderson and Blackledge in there, 55 and 76. Just plow it straight ahead.
Connor today, 3 out of 10 for 21 yards through the air. The 3rd down and about a half a yard. And a timeout taken by Mississippi State. Mid to low 70s, but the temperature is back this afternoon, as Buzz can attest to that. 3rd and short, they'll do the handoff to Dixon. I don't think he got it. Luke Sanders, the middle linebacker, stepped in to plug up the hole.
Dave, there was no hole there. That was just incredible up front, Luke Sanders. But look at the big surge by that lineman. This defense is they never give up. They're playing hard down in there, sticking. You don't see any hole. You see those quick feet by the running back? What happens on the play is Dixon doesn't see any hole. Then he just puts his head down and tries to make it. I don't know if he made it. If he made it by a short.
You hate the quarterback sneak.
I hate it.
Very well known.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking you got 6 inches, Dave.
Well, I just don't like quarterback sneak because he's standing flat-footed.
Mark Richt hates the quarterback sneak too, as we found out last week. But I think there are times like that you got to use it.
Well, if I have a 300-pound center, maybe. But in a situation like that, I mean, you got a lead back going in there, Dave. You're following a lead blocker. You got your offensive lineman on there. We'll argue that for the rest of our days.
Well, it was good enough. Dixon did pick up the first down. The second first down this afternoon for the Bulldogs offensively. And they're out to the 40. A little bit of breathing room now for Mississippi State. At least perhaps if they don't pick up the first down here, they can flip the field around. Connor under pressure, breaks a couple of tackles, still on his feet. Omar back to the line of scrimmage. Ran a long way, didn't get a whole lot out of it. Brought down by Ali Highsmith.
But Dave, I'll tell you one thing, a lot of quarterbacks would have been dropped for an 8-yard loss on this play. Watch the number of tackles that he breaks right here. Makes people miss. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, that's making people miss tackles. There's 5.
But they never lost containment. $7:58 to go in the second quarter. Second down and 9. Burks with the reception into LSU territory at the 35 and run out of bounds at the 32-yard line by Jesse Daniels. A gain of 27.
Dave, they caught Landry, number 30, on a blitz that time, and they were able to break it out to the outside. He looked for Burks. He found him on the slide, just caught a nice out pattern. They have got to get the ball to him more. They know that. He's a big play person. And what about Buzz? You down there, Buzz?
Yeah, Dave, I got you. Woody McCorvey told us about the development of Omar Connor. The play before, you saw that he didn't try to force it, maybe create a turnover, and then he made it paid off by waiting for Burks on the route. That's what he was talking about in terms of that maturity.
And then Connor bobbles a snap and falls on it.
Well, smart thing on that play. I hate to say that a play that can go that far back, but you gotta fault the center on this. Watch how high the ball is and how hard it snapped back, but he just falls on it. He didn't try to pick it up. That's a smart play. I hate to say a smart play on a 6-7 yard loss, but smart play was getting on the ball.
It'll actually be a 9-yard loss. Ball back outside the 40 to the 41. So second down and 19. Stallworth in at tailback for the Bulldogs. 4-man front for LSU. Press coverage. Here comes the corner blitz. Oh, a little show pass inside to Stallworth. Stallworth runs right into Jesse Daniels, who stood up to the challenge, but a big gainer of 22 yards, and that'll be a first down for Mississippi State. Excellent play call by Woody McCorvey.
Absolutely. Woody McCorvey pulled one out this play. Watch this. It's going to be a throw underneath. Right in there. Watch. See, it's going back there. Right there. It's going underneath. He's got a good block. Look at the hole right there. Excellent play by Stallworth. Good look at the ball. Big hit at the tail end, but you can hit me all day long if I can pick up 20 yards on a play.
First and 10 now as Mississippi State has entered the red zone for the first time this afternoon. Here's Stallworth bouncing around like a pinball and gets a couple on the play. Ricky Jean-Francois picks up the tackle for LSU. I hope Ricky Jean-Francois becomes a star. I love saying that. Jean-Francois. It's the only French I have in me, so it's the best I could do. Look at the red zone numbers for LSU defensively. I would say those are pretty impressive statistics. Yeah. And that red zone look powered by Honda Generators for the ultimate tailgating experience. And Mississippi State going with a 5-wide out look on second down and 9. Connor looking, directing traffic, fires, incomplete. Looking for Will Prosser in the end zone. That play looked like it might have had a chance.
Well, did you see Connor starting to direct traffic out there, telling Will Prosser to go long? But Connor using those feet to buy some extra time. That was an interesting pass rush by LSU. What they did is they actually just came up the line and just kind of contained. They dropped 8 into coverage. We don't see them play much of that 30 defense very often.
Connor 5 out of 13 for 70 yards. It is, he hadn't had a whole lot of time back there to throw the football.
I'd look for number 4, Burks, at the bottom of the screen, Dave.
J.D. Hamilton, though, backing up before the snap.
Prior to the snap, false start. Number 60 on the offense. 5 yards from the previous spot. Replay third down.
So third down and 14. Connor. It's like a little slip screen inside the 20 down to the 16 goes Lance Long, but that'll bring up a fourth down situation.
That was a good play that time by Connor. The decision was to throw it underneath. Watch Beckwith there, 48. Look at him slide. Plays with his hands. Look at this. Play with his hands. Get in there. He just has a nose for the ball. Just a sophomore. You really like that in a linebacker when he just has that nose for the ball, slides, looks, knows where to run.
32-yard field goal attempt for Adam Carlson, the sophomore out of Gulfport, Mississippi. 1 for 3 this year, but hit a 47-yarder last week. This kick is on the way, and it is good. So the Bulldogs are on the board.
Pretty day down here, Dave. Look at clouds, but beautiful, huh?
Look at part of the stadium that has been under renovation for the past couple of years. Of course, it was slowed down by the Katrina situation last year, but getting close to putting the finishing touches on the building, and it is really, really impressive. They are almost complete with all the details, but it is a beautiful facility.
Wow, that was a kick.
Keith Andrews just nails it just below the goalpost in the end zone.
Wow.
And LSU will bring it out to the 20-yard line. Time for our Suzuki Way of Life. We look at Peter Diakowski, who's already graduated, the only Canadian to play for LSU. He graduated back in the spring, a history major. Peter, 6'5", 310 pounds, out of Vancouver, playing with a broken hand. But one of the things I love about him, he's a throwback guy. Driving a 1979 Pontiac Firebird that he drove down from Vancouver. Justin Vincent checks into the game at tailback, and he is stood up by Delwan Robinson and Michael Hurd.
And Dave, what did you think about when Jimbo Fisher said, you asked him about Diakowski, and he turned around and he said, he's so unique, he's genuine, he's honest. He said, I don't think he could lie if he wanted to. He's just wonderful.
He said there's not a bad bone in that human being's body.
What a great compliment.
He says he grew up watching Canadian football, would like to stay in the States and play at the next level, meaning the National Football League, but says if that didn't work out, doesn't have a problem going to play in the CFL. But fighting through that broken hand, you saw that cast moments ago. Over the middle, pass is caught. Oh, nice nifty move from Craig Davis, still on his feet. Gets to the 25. A lot of work for Davis.
Well, these receivers have such speed, Dave. You're deep. They are deep at receiver. This is going to be a crossing pattern from right to left. Watch it come across, drop it off to him. Watch him makes one miss there. Now he's going to break a tackle right in there. That's 2. Here comes another one. 3, a hand swat. They make people miss. They've got that great speed. And I'll tell you this, Mississippi State's in a real dilemma. Do you bring pressure and try to cover them man-on-man, or do you try to drop back and cover them with the zone? The day JaMarcus Russell was having, I don't know what you do. I mean, I would think that I would try to come with pressure, because dropping back's sure not working.
Out to Vincent. Flag is down. Vincent breaks a tackle to the 45 and pushed out of bounds, but a flag down at the 26. Jeremy Johnson runs him out of bounds.
That was an interesting flag that was thrown right where the receiver was, but it's on the line of scrimmage. I was thinking offsides or movement or maybe an improper formation, but pass interference. Oh, that's why it was pass interference on the offense. Push off. I knew it was a late flag.
Pass interference. Number 80 on the offense. The penalty is half the distance to the goal from the previous spot. Replay third down.
Now there's the push right there. You know, that's almost a pick. That's what that was. That was almost a pick by Bo on that play.
Well, obviously it was a pick. They wouldn't have thrown the flag.
Well, they called it pass. That's right, pass interference. I thought it was a push more so, but he's right. That is a pick, almost like a basketball pick. Can't do that.
One of the few mishaps offensively today for LSU. That'll wave off a 23-yard pickup. Russell 11 out of 12 for 245 yards now and 3 TDs. JaMarcus over the middle, throws a rope to Davis out at the 44. That's a first down. I mean, he is, I can't even, folks, he is 6'6", 260 pounds that can move and throw balls that you just don't see other quarterbacks do.
Look how easy it is for him to throw 35, 40 yards, Dave. He's got great arm strength. You talked about that 50-yard throw on standing on his knees. I want to tell you something. If LSU is the number 9 team in the country, holy cow, what do they got ahead of him?
He was on one knee from midfield at their practice facility and threw it through the goalpost into the net behind it. So it had, 70 yards off one knee. We saw it. That pass goes backwards to early Doucette. And folks, and I'm telling you, we've seen a lot of quarterbacks in practices and been amazed a few times, but that was absolutely amazing yesterday. And there is Delwan Robinson down on the ground. Delwan, the senior out of Hernando, Mississippi, who leads the SEC in tackles for loss. 4-man front on 2nd down and 13.
Now, do you come with pressure? Do you just let him sit back there and keep on throwing it? They can't cover him too long. I think you got to come with pressure.
There's the pressure, and Russell dancing around, ball in the air. What do they say? Is it fumbled, or was his arm forward going forward for an incomplete pass?
Oh, man, this is a decision. Oh, they said it was fumble.
And it'll be Mississippi State football.
I thought
Michael Hurd forced the fumble, then Antonio Johnson came up with the recovery.
Yeah, you know what? That arm was still going back, Dave. You see the pulled back down there. Hurd's going to pull him down. Watch the arm. Does it go forward? It's going back. Nope, it's out of his hand. That's a fumble. And I thought Carlton Rice, 32, was going to catch it in the air. He had it right in his hands right there. Oh, man.
I think that's a good call, Dave.
Yes.
His arm was going forward, but the ball was already out as it started to move forward.
Let's watch it again. See if we can see it again. Walks out here. Look at this hand. They'll, as they do normally, they'll review it. But you see his hand never started forward. He just, actually, the ball came out when he flipped it straight up, when the ball went up. Watch when his hand goes up. Watch when the ball comes out. Right in there. No, that's a fumble.
It's a close call, and remember the phrase, it has to be indisputable evidence to overturn the call on the field, which is a fumble. Oh, that's close. That is very close.
The play stands as called on the field. First down.
I love the crowd booing, but
I mean, they've looked at it.
Well, you called it exactly like it was, Dave. The ball had not started forward. It actually came out of his hand on the way up. You see the reviewed stuff with stoppage, 40.
There have been 17 reversals on 40 stoppages for reviews. 9 coaches' challenges, as I told you, with 2 of those being overturned.
Now, if you're Mississippi State, you've got good field position. You got to move that football down there. If you're LSU, you got to get them big hosses up front to come after him.
Connor to pass, here's pressure. He's dropped at midfield. Chase Pittman with his 3rd sack. 2nd sack today, 4th of the season.
Boy, all the way around the horn, Dave. He came all the way around. And we see number 55. That's Brian Anderson, who's down. He's got one of his shoes off there. But what Chase Pittman did on that play is he went all the way around the horn. That is so difficult to do, but you can do it when you have great speed. He's number 94, bottom of the screen, right there. Look at him going around the horn. You just are not allowed to do that. In the NFL, they won't let you do that because you just can't get to him. The quarterback steps up, throws it away.
That's Brian Anderson, starting guard, the senior out of Butler, Alabama. 22 straight starts coming in. Coming off a great game where he graded out the highest among the Mississippi State offensive line against Alabama Birmingham last weekend. This fall, watch for the Geico College Football Campus Tour, a season-long traveling exhibit celebrating the 10 greatest running backs of all time. Good luck figuring out who those are. Go to lfsports.com for more information and to find out when Geico will be visiting a college campus near you. That is an argument.
Oh, boy.
That could go on for days.
I know. We talked about it. You got to have Bo and Herschel in there, right?
Right. You
got to have Tony Dorsett. You got to have O.J. Simpson.
Jim Brown.
Jim Brown. You're halfway there.
Passes dropped by the tight end, Eric Butler.
Hey, Dave, how about Earl Campbell? You got to throw in.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't know where you draw the line on the 10 greatest quarterbacks.
Archie Griffin. Archie Griffin. He won the Heisman twice. I mean, we're up to 7 now.
Third and 7 now with 44 seconds to go before intermission. Mississippi State 1 out of 7 on third down conversions today. This LSU defense with 3 sacks on the afternoon. They came in with an SEC high 14. Pressure again. Connor drops again. Tyson Jackson. That is the 4th sack of the afternoon.
Dave, Pittman won't get credit on it, but he's the one that made it. But look how wide open Smith was downfield. He was wide open, but Omar Connor couldn't bring the ball and look down. He had no time because he had number 93 Jackson in his face. Pittman was chasing him out. He did a great butt move, just kind of like a headbutt move. It's moved to the outside. Got great pressure in the pocket.
Well, Mississippi State will take a timeout with 16 seconds to go before halftime. What an explosion offensively for LSU here in the first half. And JaMarcus Russell has been out of this world.
I wonder what his quarterback rating would be.
Well, he's 13 out of 14 for 272 yards and 3 touchdown passes.
Hey, I'm gonna quiz you. Where was the missed pass? I don't remember it. Gosh, no.
Delay of game. Number 43 on the offense. 5 yards from the previous spot. Still 4th down.
His second pass fell incomplete.
That must have been, yeah, it was early because I don't remember. Man, that means he's done what, 12 in a row?
12 in a row.
Wow.
Pretty good stuff.
And they're not little dink passes either. No, they're yardage.
Well, part of the reason is that when you look at their 3 top receivers, I don't know if there's another team in the country that can match them. McAdams to punt again. Nice kick that Jackson lets hit. It'll roll into the end zone with 5 seconds to play. That was a 59-yard kick, a 39 net as they bring it out to the 20-yard line. Clock starts to roll under our new rules, and that'll do it for the first half. That was quite the explosion for LSU. 35-3. They scored on their first 5 possessions. JaMarcus Russell was sensational.
When Sylvester Croom came out of the locker room at the half, he talked about the fact the short field position in the first half. He talked about the fact that they had some busted coverages, but more than anything, he said they had some shots at JaMarcus Russell, and he said a guy like that, if you don't get him down, you're going to pay for it. All they can do, he said, is to play one play at a time right now. The other thing that's going to be happening is game officials here at LSU are watching the skies. There was only a 20% chance of rain. They said there was lightning within 12 miles of the stadium. If it gets within 6, they have to put a hold on things. But right now, no rain, but everybody's scurrying like it's going to come at any time. And as you might guess, people in this part of the country are a little sensitive to that.
Yes, you see the clouds. I think that picture pretty much sums up what's heading our way. Sunny skies have turned to these ominous dark clouds on the horizon. Really came out of nowhere.
Boy, it did. I'll tell you, it was a beautiful, clear day this morning.
LSU's possessions have been rewarding, with the exception of their last possession, which was a turnover. JaMarcus Russell still in at quarterback. Little toss sweep to Scott, or excuse me, Ali Broussard. Caught me off guard. Broussard coming in, seeing his first action today. Coach has said he had a great week of practice, and we're going to get him some action today. I just flat out asked the coach yesterday, Les Miles, I said, word has it that Broussard's in your doghouse. And he says, no. He's a young man that's still fighting his way back after a devastating knee injury. Then it was infected, had to have another operation, came in overweight. We'd like him to play at 230, 235. He's not at that period yet, but we call it he's just working his way back. And it's taken longer than some might think, but he's not in my doghouse, is what he said. And I'll take him for his word.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? This proves that he's not in the doghouse, because you're in a football game like this, you reward players. The first thing he said to us, Les Miles said to us, is he had a great week of practice.
Exactly. First thing out of his mouth.
Yes, and you reward players for great weeks of practice, whether it be Les Miles or Sylvester Croom. That's what you do. You reward them.
And Broussard coming off the field on a 3rd down and 9. By the way, JaMarcus Russell today closing in on some career highs. 272 yards is just 13 off his career high, which he set against Vanderbilt last year. Here comes some pressure, and this time the Bulldogs drop him. Titus Brown, the junior out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, with his 2nd sack of the season.
Boy, Brown did a great job. What he did is use those hands. He got into the tackle. 77 Diakowski. Look at him. Inside. Spins inside. Look how quickly he got to him. Then you get your hands in there. Really nice move. That's an NFL move for Titus Brown. That little spin back inside.
LSU has only allowed 3 sacks the entire year. Now make it 4 sacks, which is the least amount of sacks allowed in the Southeastern Conference. Chris Jackson, the baseball player. Back to punt. Out of the end zone. Boy, it's a good kick.
Returnable.
Pegues close to midfield at the 48-yard line. So now Mississippi State has a decent opportunity with good field position. A 53-yard kick, 11 yards on the return. Mike Chambers was a trainer here who was in charge of the first Mike the Tiger, better known as Sheik, and they decided to rename it after Mr. Chambers for all his efforts and work that he put through with the mascot back in 1936. And so in honor of Mike Chambers, they call him Mike the Tiger.
I'll tell you one thing, looking at his facilities, boy, have they changed. Wow. I looked in there, he had fountains, he had pools, he had glass arches in front of him. What a beautiful facility.
If you're going to be a Tiger, this is a place you want to hang out.
Absolutely. Well, interesting what Sylvester Croom said there at halftime to Dave Baker. He said, we're going to take it one play at a time. Here comes pressure.
Here's Connor with the flag down. He gets the pass away to Burks, who makes the catch. Looked as though Highsmith went across the neutral zone. Pass is complete way down at the 27-yard line. That'll be a 24-yard pickup as Connor is shaken off a hard hit.
I thought that was defense jumped into the neutral zone. I think that's what Mississippi State is hoping. They had a hard count. They got the outside safety to jump in the neutral zone. Boy, and how did Connor get that play off? See, there's the offside. He didn't get back in time. Now, how did Connor get this play off? Watch him scramble to the outside, looking downfield. He's got him. He's on his way down, Dave, and he just look at this. On his way down, all arm strength. He is being leveled there by LeBron Landry, number 30.
What a pass by Omar Connor. That's how it's been for him today. I mean, it has been a struggle to get some time back there. And off the left side goes to Anthony Dixon.
Boy, in this defensive line of LSU, you talk about moving to the ball. You play defense with your hands. You stick up in there, you hit them with your hands, you slide to the ball. And you see number 72 getting up there. There's 99. That's Favorite. Boy, he's quite a player. I mean, we're talking about a load. He's just a sophomore. Then you got Dorsey in there, who's a junior. And what a push they get. Nothing comes up the middle.
Boy, Brian Anderson is right guard for Mississippi State, is limping to the line of scrimmage. He got hurt in the first half. He's just trying to gut it out this afternoon for his quarterback and his team. Connor's pass is nearly picked off. This LSU team already has 8 interceptions on the year. Chevis Jackson dropped that. He is trying to capture his first INT, but this club is second in the NCAA in interceptions.
Look at 21 dive inside there. You talk about speed. When he makes his break right there, watch Jackson 21 just dive back inside there. It's called plant and get back to the football. He's upset. He had a shot at an interception.
And we have an official stoppage, and I believe that the Lightning might be getting in that 6-mile window that Dave Baker was referring to a little while ago. And there may be a delay here.
Well, we'll hear right now.
Within 6 miles of the stadium, the game will be temporarily suspended for at least 15 minutes.
There you have it. Crowd booing, but trust me, folks, sitting in these metal seats.
Well, you don't take a chance with players. These players will probably go into the locker room to get away from this lightning, and once they see that it's clear, they'll bring them back out.
I will say you don't want to take a chance with the fans either. We are just a couple of minutes away from resuming our game after a lengthy lightning delay. Mississippi State will have the ball 3rd down and 9 from the 26-yard line of LSU when we get set for football. But for more on what's transpired over there with Mississippi State, including a big-time injury, let's check in with Dave Baker.
Yeah, Dave, it won't be as good for the Bulldogs when they get the ball back there. You take a look at Big Delwan Robinson. He's in street clothes. We saw earlier in the game where he twisted his left knee. He had twisted that knee last week, re-aggravated the injury. Mississippi State staff has made the decision to hold him out. He's not going to go anymore today. Looking at this 35-3 deficit, they're going to need him for the stretch run if they hope to turn things around, although Sylvester Crewman Company hoping to turn things around right now.
Thanks, Dave. And kind of to update us after this nearly 1 hour delay, I think we need to revisit what happened. I forgot what happened. What happened today? Take me through it, big fella.
Well, if you like offense, you'd love LSU. They started off real quick, passed for a touchdown, then they came back and Scott ran for a touchdown, rambled on through there. They came back, Scott got another touchdown. They're rolling up the score. They threw a pass out here, just a perfect pass to Bo. Came across the middle, and it's 28. Then all of a sudden they're going downfield. I mean, they have been playing pitch and catch. Poor Omar Connor, he's been under pressure all day long. He's gotten sacked, he's gotten hit, he's gotten roughed up. But all of a sudden, just when he came around, not after this play, this was run for your life, but it got positive yards. And this kind of seemed to give him a little tiny spark and led to that field goal. But Omar Connor, I mean, he's been running for his life. And look at this Mississippi State defense. They get a little bit of pressure all of a sudden on JaMarcus. But this was the pass. I couldn't believe this pass right there. Positive yards to Tony Burks. So Mississippi State getting the little spark. But then the weather started.
Speaking of sparks.
Yeah. Hey, we still got a lot of people here.
Mississippi State fans saw Larry Templeton, the Mississippi State athletic director, came by the booth. Skip Bertman, a couple of booths down as well here in the press box. And two of the guys that are longtime SEC veterans. These guys have seen it and done it all. And certainly those that follow the SEC are glad that Mr. Bertman and Mr. Templeton are a part of the SEC. And speaking of SEC football, let's play it. Here's Connor, gets it away. Pass is caught on a 3rd down and 9. They will mark the ball at about the 23-yard line. Lance Long with the reception.
Boy, Chase Pittman was on him just like, man, you can't believe how quick. He gets the snaps out. Look at the top of the screen. He runs around the defensive tackle and down. And I'll tell you right now, he gets the snap count perfect, which you can just see right at the top there. Gets around, and I mean, he's right in Omar Connor's face.
Well, they're going to go for it on 4th down.
That's the thing to do.
4th down and about 5.5 yards. They are 1 out of 6 this year on 4th downs. Connor fires, passes caught, but short of the 1st down. How does Lance Long not know where the 1st down stick is?
Dave, when he turned, he saw the marker on the field. He had to stop. You got to just put on the brakes and move out there.
Well, I mean, it should not be a question. I mean, you should get past the 1st down marker.
There he is in the middle. Now watch, he catches the ball. Watch the marker. See the marker? There it is right there. You see it right there, that orange marker. Again, you got to look at that right now. Put on the brakes. Maybe he couldn't, but golly,
I mean, don't run your pattern short of the 1st down
that's
marker.
True too, yeah, you got to run that pattern to get the 1st down. You got to know 1st down yardage. And look at Sylvester Crum. You can see just the frustration on his body language, just moving around there.
That gives it back to JaMarcus Russell, who will get the start here after the rain delay. His pass is caught and might have been tipped. Greg Davis with the reception. Bakese might have tipped that football.
I thought Bakese had the ball. I thought he was going to intercept it. That ball had to go right over top of his fingertips. Bakese is number 3. See, naked roll come out of here. Look at the slide. Look at Bakese. Oh, man.
Went right through his hands.
That looked like it went right. It looked like it went right through both of them.
Russell now has hit his 13th straight pass and matches his career high for yards. 285 on the afternoon. Matches what he did against Vanderbilt last season.
Here's an audible on the line.
Now he's going to call a timeout with the play clock down to 3. That looked like that certainly was a check to the offensive line that they didn't pick up, but we'll take a timeout as well. After the timeout, first down and 10 for LSU. Russell lofts it up, passes caught by Dwayne Bowe. Nice catch at the 39. And now you can say JaMarcus Russell has a new career high.
What a catch, Dave. Bowe, watch this stretch out right to your screen. This is not a well-thrown ball, but look what Bowe does on it. Back out to the outside. Great concentration. Look that ball in. I had an old receiver named Fred Bolitnikoff used to catch him like that. That's the difference between good and great.
Dwayne Bowe should be a one of the guys in the running for the Bolitnikoff Award for the outstanding college receiver. Actually, all three of these guys.
I know. I was thinking, which one could you pick out?
Here's Justin Vincent trying to get the corner. Can't do it. Loses a couple on the play. David Hurd led the charge.
Oh, that was foolish right there, Dave. Oh, no. I can't believe it. One of the defensive linebackers pushed. I think it was pushed out of bounds. You can't do that. That's a personal foul. Dead ball. 15 yards.
After the play, personal foul. Unnecessary roughness, number 54 of the defense. 15 yards to the end of the run. First down.
Oh, man. Titus Brown. You just can't do that on the tail end. You're working hard. You're playing hard. You come out here, you get a tackle. He's down. Now watch. See at the top of your screen? Boom. You can't do that. That's 15 yards. You got to control your emotions. It's not even a part of the tackle.
Yeah, it's almost like he had an agenda from the get-go.
Well, nothing will upset, I can promise you, Sylvester Croom more so than that.
Here's Vincent. He leaps over one potential tackler. Picks up a couple of yards. The announcers for this game are selected and compensated by Lincoln Financial Sports. This broadcast is a copyright presentation. Any use of this broadcast without the express permission of the Southeastern Conference and Lincoln Financial Sports is prohibited. You know, I was just thinking, Dave, if we, with that rain delay, we just might have a night football game here in Baton Rouge.
The fans went out and they started cooking.
And they'll be back for the 7 o'clock kickoff, right? Here's Jacob Hester, quick handoff. You know, that play reminds me of Vanderbilt. We saw them a couple of weeks ago against Arkansas where the Commodores lined their tailback, a single setback formation. They lined their tailback 3 yards behind the quarterback, and they were able to get some quick hitters through that offensive line.
Well, that's a lot of times what you have to do. Actually, he trips over his own player on that play. But you're right. What you have to do when you've got a big physical line like this, what you do is you try to hit them really fast. You just try to smack them fast. Don't allow the defenders to shed their blocks and move to the tackle. Boy, have you ever seen a more confident quarterback than that guy right there? Wow. Look at him just stand back there.
Lofts it up, looking for Bowe. Just his second incompletion of the afternoon. Now 15 out of 17 for 292 yards and 3 touchdowns. That snaps a string of 13 straight completions. And that will bring up a 4th down situation where Chris Jackson will come in. It's LSU's second punt. His first punt traveled 54 yards.
Now, what you practice in this situation, you're on the 41-yard line. You're practicing for games down the road where you need to punt it out in that corner where you don't drive it into the end zone. Anybody can punt into the end zone here. You're trying that little chip shot.
This ball will hit at about the 14, and it will settle in at about the 13-yard line. Not a bad effort.
Nope.
If you sleepwalk through a game like that, they can score 35, 45 points on you before you know it.
Absolutely. That's why coaches say you don't look ahead.
Well, nearly the 9th interception. LaRon Landry dropped it. He was hit by Jason Husband, and that's a good thing for Mississippi State because that forced Landry to drop the football. Landry already with 1 interception this season.
Watch this pressure on Connor. He can't step forward. Look at this. He's got to back up, and down he goes. I mean, they're in his face again. Can't step forward. That's Dorsey, 72. But LaRon Landry had that ball. I told him yesterday, I said, hey, do something good, we'll be sure to talk about you. Well, LaRon, if you do something bad, we'll talk about you. You dropped one, my friend.
Big collision at the line of scrimmage. Stallworth hit by Ollie Highsmith. Highsmith's 4th tackle of the game. Had a career high 10 total tackles last year, did Highsmith, against Mississippi State over in Starkville in that 37-7 win. One of the few times we've mentioned Glenn Dorsey. Big 72, the 300-pounder out of Gonzales, Louisiana.
Boy, Dave, he has the perfect build for a defensive lineman. The coaches say he's got speed, strength, moves to the ball, he plays low down, and he's got fire. He's a leader. I want to tell you something. I watched him yesterday in film, and that man comes off the ball all the time.
3rd down and 10. Connor still on his feet. He has some running room. He's got the 1st down. A run out of bounds at the 33-yard line. Jonathan Zenon runs him out of bounds on that far side, but a 19-yard pickup.
Well, the perfect tackle just missed wrapping him up, that's all. Watch 72 right there. He's getting doubled. Look at him push through that double. He's got the quarterback. You can't let him go. Oh, man, big man. But what a push. You see the respect they give him. Center came over. And did you see that disappointment? When you put your hands on your hips and your head goes down like that, I've done that.
Look at him. He's still going. How did he get away?
How did he get out of there? He's just a quarterback. But, boy, what a wonderful future he has. And he's just a junior.
Connor. Nice strong pass out over the 45 to midfield. Jason Husband, the junior out of Jackson, Mississippi, with his 5th catch of the year, gain of 16 and another Bulldog 1st down.
Dave, this may be the first pass that Connor has not had him right in his face. Look at that. Plant that back leg, deliver forward. He throws a strike. That's a good play. Line gave him a lot of time to look downfield. You can see his effectiveness if he gets the time. He's got the legs to move around. Good decision maker. They like him.
Connor going up top, looking for Tony Burks. Oh, he had his hands on it and dropped it. Chevis Jackson on the coverage.
Boy, that ball was thrown well. You look at where the ball was thrown. That was thrown right to Tony Burks, number 4. Left of your screen, you're going to see Connor lofted up there, and he just lays it in there perfect. Look how Burks comes around. That ball hits him right in the hands. Look at this again. A lot of contact right there, but that ball, you got to catch that one, Tony Burks. They say they need to get the ball to him. That's what they told us. Woody McCorvey said we need to get the ball more to him.
Well, he's a big-time receiver. Well, he has all the tools.
Yes.
You know, 6'4", 220, a junior, got speed, size. But you got to catch him. That pass is caught at the 46-yard line. That'll be about 5.5, 6 yards shy of the 1st down. And that'll bring up a 3rd down situation. Now that was a good grab by Joey Sanders.
Yeah, it really was. It was a good play, good pass, picking up positive yardage. That's what you're looking for.
Looks as though we might see Matt Flynn come in to take over at quarterback.
And you know, when you look at Matt Flynn warming up there, there's a fine line that coaches have between letting a player have a great day and not rubbing it in, giving your other players a chance to play.
And a flag comes in right in the middle of that line of scrimmage. Lance Long was the intended receiver. Daniel Francis on the coverage.
Yeah, I think you're going to see Holden against Mississippi State. Let me tell you, when that defensive line of LSU comes, they're coming. I mean, we're talking about up front guys just really smash mouth, playing hard. They did a lot of bull rush today, contained because they respected Omar Connor.
Number 76 on the defense. The penalty is refused.
Yeah, that's Blackledge, the center. Sometimes you got to hold in there. He's right in the middle. Let's see if we can see him. There he is right there. Look at him right there. Say, oh, yeah, look. Oh, yes. Oh, that's a takedown. That's not just a hold. That's a takedown.
Boy,
what you do is you let him pull, you bull over, and you pull him down on top of you, Dave.
Fair catch called for by Jackson at the 7-yard line. That's where LSU will take over, a 39-yard punt. Look at some of the scores. Tennessee over Memphis in Memphis. Colorado couldn't elevate their game today against Missouri after a good performance in Athens last weekend. How about the Georgia Bulldogs tonight playing at 9 o'clock Eastern over in Oxford, Mississippi? They're scheduled to arrive back in Athens on Sunday morning at 6:30 a.m.
Ooh.
That's a long day.
That's a long day.
Here's Matt Flynn coming in to take over for JaMarcus Russell after his career high in yardage for JaMarcus. Matt Flynn, the junior out of Tyler, Texas, 7 out of 11 for 73 yards this season. They also have 1 touchdown. 6'3", about 230 pounds. A very talented quarterback that just happens to be playing behind arguably one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the country right now. Today's First and 10 line brought to you by Titan Technology Partners, making IT right. Matt Flynn has all the tools and the knowledge, the skills to be an outstanding quarterback, but unfortunately for him, he's got to watch JaMarcus Russell do it. As I say that, he throws an interception right into the hand of Derek Pegues. Pegues has room to the end zone. He will score. 22 yards on the return. Pegues' first interception of the season goes for 6 points.
And what happened that time, Flynn did a rollout to the strong side, to his right, to the left of your screen, and it limits your field. You watch Pegues, number 3, and look at him just play the quarterback's eyes. Now, get back across the field. That's where it's open ground. Nobody's going to catch him from behind, and Pegues scores. But a heads-up play the quarterback's eyes. He narrowed the field, just stepped in front. That was a good defensive play.
Adam Carlson to attempt the point after. It is good. So it's 35-10. 3:07 to go in the third quarter. 3:07 to go here in the third quarter. Mississippi State will kick it off after the interception return for a touchdown. Keith Andrews will send it back to about 5 yards deep in that end zone to Early Doucette. And Dave, let's go back to the interception return.
Well, interesting play here. What happens is Flynn is going to come out and he's going to cut the field in half, because what happens is he rolls out strong side. You can't throw back to his left. So right in here, he stops right there. There's Pegues right there. You got to be able to see him. He's thrown to that receiver right there, and see Pegues right in place. That's just a well-thrown, a well-defended play.
And how about this, Dave? JaMarcus Russell is now back on the field after the one pass from Matt Flynn. That didn't take very long. And he will come in and swing it out to the near side. Early Doucette out over the 30 to the 34-yard line. Pulled down by Jeremy Johnson, who now has 6 tackles, but that's a 14-yard pickup, and that'll send JaMarcus Russell over the 300-yard mark in terms of passing yardage today. 16 out of 18 for 300 and 16. Hey, you know, I'm not going to say that I'm just a little slow when it comes to numbers.
Well, you know what's interesting, Dave? You bring JaMarcus Russell back here, and fans are going, "What are you doing, Coach?" But what happens is coaches get real nervous. There's Les Miles thinking, if they score again, hey, they're only down 17.
There will be a flag and pass interference. Dwayne Bowe covered by David Hurd. Dwayne Bowe is 6'3", 220 pounds, has great speed, going up against 6 foot, 190-pound David Hurd.
Well, you know, I want to see this again because it's going to be on the right of your screen. 23 is Hurd. Did Bowe come through him on the tail end of this? Hurd had good position inside. Oh, no, I think he catches
Number 23 on the defense.
Yeah.
15 yards from the previous spot. automatic first down.
Yeah, I think what happened on that play is Hurd tackled him, wouldn't let him come back inside. That's what happened, and that's a good call. I thought Bo might have just kind of jumped through him, but he did not.
Let's go downstairs, check in with Dave Baker. Buzz.
Dave, a reaction from Dave Rowe on that play to that is the reason all offensive linemen think they never hold. It was a takedown to be worth 2 points in the International Federation.
Here's Justin Vincent trying to get the corner. Can't do it. Dragged down. Avery Hannibal, the junior out of LaGrange, Georgia.
Well, you know, if I look at one thing wrong you see right now with LSU is they're trying to get wide. They're not able to hook the outside backer on that play. Black didn't get the block on the outside of number 51, Hannibal, and you can't run outside if you don't get that outside linebacker because he just runs you all the way to the sideline. I think that LSU needs to run tackle to tackle right now, inside, power running, just see what they can use. Use a little lead block.
Comes some pressure from the corners. The slant pattern caught by Bo, trying to shake the defender. Can't do it, but he picks up the first down. Pegues hanging on for dear life at about the 36-yard line.
Boy, that was a rocket. I want to tell you something. This is one. Watch the trajectory on this ball. Bang! He just throws it out there. He just flicks it. He makes it look so easy, but that ball's coming at you 90 miles an hour.
You know, JaMarcus told us yesterday it was interesting because there are so many young quarterbacks playing in the SEC right now that one of the things that he learned early on was when you throw it hard, when you use the touch, and that's just something you grow into. And it's interesting watching Matthew Stafford at Georgia, how he likes to zip it right now. Maybe not the touch passes that he needs to throw on a regular basis.
Exactly.
Handoff doesn't get a whole lot to Charles Scott, but it was interesting to tell us that it takes a while to develop that knowledge of when to throw it hard, when to throw it soft, when to take chances, when you don't.
Yeah, we watched Stafford last week when he got pressured. When he pressured himself, he started to rely on the strength of his arm. You can't do that. You've got to, quarterbacks have just got to have water roll off their back. You can't get frustrated. You can't get upset. You just got to have that same demeanor all game.
Russell, there's a nice touch pass. Hits Scott, who's caught from behind by Titus Brown.
Boy, if Brown doesn't get that one, that's going a long, long way. Good call on the play. It was a slip screen out to the flat. And Brown got him from behind for a shorter gain. Looks like it's going to bring up maybe a third down and about a yard.
The longest third quarter in the history of college football. Third and short. They will hand it off to Ali Broussard, who will pick up the first down to the 20-yard line. Keith Fitzhugh with his sixth tackle of the afternoon, but Broussard getting through that hole in a hurry.
Yeah, and I was going to say that very same thing. Look how fast he gets to the hole. Speed. You get to that hole when you see it, you got to burst through it. That's what gets him 4 or 5 yards, is that burst through the hole. You see it, you recognize it. You don't get happy feet, you just dart to it. Nice to see him run like that. He's had a long road back from that recovery, Dave.
Just go back to 04 when he was healthy, when he had 26 carries, 250 yards on the ground against Ole Miss. Here's Jacob Hester to the 15.
Wow.
Down to the 12.5-yard line. That was a huge hole up front created by that O-line.
Boy, Herman Johnson, number 79, gets a big tackle. Here's Herman Johnson right there. Watch there. Look at him drive. Look at this.
Wow.
That's Herman Johnson. Look at that. Seal right there to the outside. You're just running. I mean, I could run through a hole like that. Good receiver block downfield, too. I didn't catch who that was, but that was a great receiver block. When you tie up that corner and he can't get off.
Well, Herman Johnson, all he has to do is stand there. He's like a tree, 6'7", 350.
And you know what's interesting, Dave? They're doing exactly what I said they need to do. Run tackle to tackle.
Ali Broussard on the carry, brought down by Antonio Johnson. Look at that red zone today for LSU. I'd say that's pretty good.
Pretty good.
That red zone look powered by Honda generators for the ultimate tailgating experience.
You know, Buzz might have heard this story, but I believe Herman Johnson was the biggest baby I heard born ever in Louisiana.
15 pounds, 14 ounces.
Gosh knows. When Buzz told me that, I said, "No, you're kidding."
A couple of fullbacks in the game, but Jacob Hester will play the tailback role on this 1st and goal. Here's Hester trying to get outside. Mississippi State plays it pretty well. Hester knocked out of bounds at about the 5-yard line by Jeremy Johnson and Michael Hurd. Boy, Hurd's got some good speed on that defensive end.
He sure did. Watch number 58 run the line. Now right there, you got a plant. Look at him run the line. I mean, he's running hard. And Hester's that do everything back. He catches the ball, he blocks in there. He runs. He's just really good.
3-quarter stats.
Look at that, 26 yards rushing. Where's that from?
Yeah, this hasn't been exactly a, I would say, a film, a clinic on how to run the football through 3 quarters. Jacob Hester trying to teach us a lesson or two, gets into the end zone. Touchdown, LSU. The 4th touchdown of the season for Jacob Hester.
Boy, and he did a perfect play on the thing. He followed his lead back on the block. Number 40 is out in front of him. That's Jordan. Jordan gets that block, and look at Hester go up and over. It's a lot of times it's real easy to see how he follows 40, now cuts back inside, and it's real easy to lose concentration on that ball when you get upside down, but Hester did not.
Colt David with the point after is up and good. 42-10, LSU out in front after the Jacob Hester touchdown run moments ago. 13:01 to go in the 4th quarter. LSU trying to go to 4-1 on the year and even their SEC record at 1-1. Mississippi State 1-3 on the season. A nice 80-yard scoring drive. Ate up 5 minutes off that clock, and busiest man perhaps on the field today has been Chris Jackson.
He's going to have to ice that leg down as many times as he's kicked off.
Short kick. Derek Pegues popped at the 20-yard line, stood up right on the spot. A 15-yard return. Craig Steltz with the big hit on special teams. Omar Connor still in at quarterback. Swings it near side. Here Stallworth breaks the tackle and gets to the 25-yard line. Brought down by Sammy Joseph, one of those backup cornerbacks. Look at our Hummer scoreboard. Virginia with a much-needed win. I guess both those clubs in a much-needed situation. Missouri beats Colorado. The Buffs now fall to 0-5. Notre Dame over Purdue 21-7. Scoreless. Alabama and Florida down in Gainesville. Saw that Georgia Tech score come by. Already up a touchdown on the Jackets. Connor hung in there, got the pass away to Lance Long, and he'll pick up the first down at the 39-yard line.
Boy, did you see Omar Connor that time, Dave? He's standing back there. He's got 2 rushers. Look at him right here, right there. Coming right down his throat. Stayed in there for the last second. One was Steltz 16. And 92 was the other one. I didn't catch the name, but boy, he stayed right in there, found Lance Long. That's a courageous move when you know they're running right down your throat.
First down and 10. Stallworth picks up 3 on the carry. Brought down by Craig Steltz and Al Woods. Al, a true freshman out of Elton, Louisiana, getting some playing time right now.
Well, you turn around and say, what could be positive out of a game like this for Mississippi State? And I will tell you, as I look at Sylvester Croom, the things that are positive are that his team never quit. Yes, they're out, man. This is a marvelous LSU team, but there was never any quit. There was some frustration, but I think Omar Connor has really sold out. He has really sold into this offense.
Told you about Will Arnold having some bad knees coming into this game and how he fights through it. Now he looks like he's got some other issues. For more on that, let's go to Dave Baker.
Boy, you want to talk about your wounded warrior, Dave. I mean, you see Will headed toward the locker room. He's got ice on that right ankle. I mean, yesterday they were talking about him being ready to go, but we saw him at walkthrough. I mean, he had a lot of hitch in that giddy up yesterday, and he just keeps grinding through it to try to help this LSU team get to the spot in the road that they want to be at the end of the season.
Here's Connor. Pressure again. Gets it off to Stallworth. He's got some running room. Into LSU territory. Dropped at the 46. Curtis Taylor finally brings him down, but another big chunk of green grass for the Bulldogs. That one goes for 17 yards.
Boy, big push up front. They're going to collapse. Look inside there. You see 92 coming up in there. That's the big man right in Connor's face. And then he just kind of dumps the ball off there to Stallworth, finds him out there in the flat. Good positive yards, but you got to hold in there. That screen pass, you want to drop back about 6-7 yards and then kind of float back, not run back full speed. Oh, now a lot of time.
Looking for Burks in the end zone. Touchdown. Tony Burks and Sammy Joseph going shoulder to shoulder. The 46-yard touchdown reception, and Omar Connor, I don't think even saw it.
Wow. Rolls out. Now look at the time he has to throw down here. He's going to put a high trajectory, and he gets smacked helmet to helmet.
Well, I'm surprised there wasn't a flag on that.
Look at that helmet, right? The helmet to helmet, Dave. And how about Burks keeping that inside position? He had it on Joseph, just kept on fighting that inside position. The ball was thrown inside, results in a touchdown.
Carlson with the point after. It's up and good. So Mississippi State just went 80 yards. So back-to-back 80-yard scoring drives by LSU, then answered by Mississippi State. 42-17 is our score. LSU leading Mississippi State 42-17. 9:57 to go. Our all-tell game of the week. Bulldogs picking up the pace offensively. 46-yard touchdown strike. Tony Burks on the receiving end of that. His first touchdown reception of the year. Matter of fact, it'll be Mississippi State's first touchdown pass of the season as a team. How about that? Did that just go through the uprights? That may very well have. Keith Andrews with the kickoff.
You know, Dave, I was looking at Luke Sanders on that touchdown throw by Connor. Watch the head-to-head contact right here. He puts his hand on him, but you see the way he strikes him in the head? It's not, he didn't drive him to the ground, but Connor took quite a shot. He never saw the tail end of that play. He rolls over.
Should they have thrown a flag?
I think so, yeah. When you hit with your head and you tackle with your head, you just can't do that. Well, he's looking at him laughing now. That's because he realized all of a sudden that Tony Burks caught that 40-yard pass or whatever it was.
Well, Matt Flynn comes back in at quarterback for LSU. His last trip was a short one play, one interception for a TD, and then he hands it off to Charles Scott, who's backed up. David Hurd led the charge along with Jamon Hughes, I should say, the true freshman out of Rolling Fork, Mississippi. Going to find out where Rolling Fork, Mississippi is.
Fork. Oh, you don't know where Rolling Fork is?
How do you come up with the name Rolling Fork? Think about that for a second. Rolling Fork.
I could understand that down here in Louisiana.
Well, let me just say this. I just think it's in the Delta. My in-laws live in the Delta. I'll hear about that for a long time to come now.
Hey, wait a minute. Isn't your wife from Mississippi?
What did I just say? Let's drop it.
Right.
Let's drop it.
Oh, your wife is from Mississippi.
Yeah. Oh, I'll hear about that. Send the letters to Dave Rowe. Hand off to the up back. Hester gets about a yard, and it went nowhere. Kyle Love, number 95, able to come in there and make a play.
You know, Ellis Johnson told us that they need to be more physical up front. This is being physical. When you bust through like that and you stick him on that line and you don't allow him to fall forward. Look at them all ripping at his jersey, trying to keep him from making an inch. That's being physical. That's a positive thing that you're looking for as we watch Love run off the field. Kyle Love.
How about the big fella? Freshman, 6'1", 315.
Yep, a true freshman. Getting a little bit of playing time. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for positives. If you're LSU, you got a big positive. You got 42 points.
Flynn bounces off the defender. Gets close to the first down. I think he'll have it. Keith Fitzhugh with his 8th tackle of the afternoon, an 8-yard pickup. But another missed tackle by Mississippi State.
Watch Michael Hurd, 58, right there. He's got him right there, right? You got to wrap him up. You know what the difference is? That's about a 12-yard gain from going down, Dave.
Well, that's like the second, third, maybe fourth missed tackle. And we have seen today that it's caused a big gain for LSU, and that's a couple by Michael Hurd. I mean, he's been there. He's been in position. He just hasn't been able to close the deal.
Well, he's a good football player, just not wrapping him up. You got to hold on. But you're right, Mississippi State with actually 6 missed tackles.
Didn't miss that one. Jeremy Johnson, the senior, he doesn't miss many. That's 8 tackles. It's great talking to LaRon Landry, the free safety yesterday for LSU, about tackling. He says, man, it doesn't matter how you, it doesn't matter. You can have all the technique in the world. The bottom line is you got to go up and hit somebody and put them on the ground. I don't care how you do it. Just do it.
In my days, I've seen some of the greatest tackles where you're just holding on to a shirt until somebody else gets there and helps you.
That'd be your tackles?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You don't play 13 years in the NFL doing shirt tackles. Come on, try to get by me, big guy. Just try to get by me.
There was a day I might.
Yeah, and your wife from Mississippi?
somewhere near Rolling Fork, I believe.
Yeah, I believe so.
Matt Flynn. Incomplete. Pressure came from Titus Brown. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 8. Closed captioning is provided by IKBI Incorporated. Building vision, building relationships. For more info, go to ikbi.com. Well, Dave Baker's in a tizzy right now. He might not be able to get home tonight. He's down there scrambling.
He's packed already. What they want to do, make the game shorter with those new rules this year? This one's going to be a long one, my friend.
They didn't have an answer for the lightning delay. Matt Flynn, here comes pressure, gets it off. Nice read, Jacob Hester. Out over the 40, and they will spot it at the 41. It depends where the nose of that football will be. But, boy, nice little read, pass and catch, a flag down in the middle of the field, however.
Yeah, what Flynn did is he read number 36, who's Jermon Hughes, coming hard, and he just dumped it over him. That's Hughes' coverage right there, number 18, Hester. Talk to us.
So the play was over. Personal foul, clipping, number 58 on the defense. 15 yards to the end of the run, automatic first down.
Wait a minute, you're on defense? How do you clip on defense? That's Michael Hurd. I just didn't know how do you clip on defense. You sure ain't throwing a block.
No. We can't find it back on our looks. It was away from the play.
Sylvester Croom saying to him, what are you, look at him. That's what you call, that's a nice coach just kind of gnawing on you. What a fun guy Sylvester Croom is. He said he wants to enjoy the game more.
Jacob Hester getting a lot of work.
Yeah.
You look at Jacob Hester. And we were at practice yesterday, and we were both commenting, boy, Jacob Hester just doesn't look that big, especially when you stand next to JaMarcus Russell. But, you know, they go, how much do you think he weighs? And I said, I don't know, 210, 205? He's going in at 230 pounds, 6 foot, 230 pounds. He just doesn't look it. Maybe it's the number, 18. I don't know. But he's 230 pounds as our Hummer scoreboard comes your way with Alabama striking first down in Gainesville.
Wow, there's a wow. Georgia Tech ahead of Virginia Tech 14-0 in the first quarter.
Alabama had a fumble recovery that went 51 yards for a touchdown. That's how they scored their points. Here's Hester, all 230 pounds, to the 25, down to the 21-yard line. Hester now with 49 yards on 8 carries. Also also has 1 catch for 8 yards.
Watch the little adjustment that Hester makes. The hole's outside, right back out there. Look at him, makes those quick feet. Now he's out in the secondary. Interesting. He didn't run out of bounds to the sideline. He ran back in, keep the clock going. And you cheer.
1st and 10. Ball sitting just outside the 20. Broussard in at tailback. Alley with a few carries today. Gets this one off left guard. Inside the 15, down to the 14-yard line. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 3. Boy, after that storm went through, it's turned out to be quite the pleasant evening.
Beautiful day.
Early evening. Early, late afternoon, however you want to look at it.
You know what I saw on Broussard that last play? I just wanted to comment. Fast legs. Did you see how quick he got the hole? He's starting to run. He looks like the runner he was in the past, Dave. Looks like he's overcome that injury.
But they need somebody to sustain that, though.
Well, watch those quick feet when he gets to the hole right there. Look at those quick feet. See him spin inside? That was a tough run. He got hit right in the hole, but picks up 2, 3, 4 yards.
Jamon Hughes getting some action here in the 2nd half. He's been in on a couple of collisions. 3 tackles for the true freshman. Guess where he's from?
The 4.
the rolling 4.
The rolling 4. Yeah, I knew it had to be a 4. Could have been split fork, the silver fork, but it's the rolling fork. That's in Mississippi, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, I thought, where your wife's from?
Somewhere in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Apparently somewhere.
Well, 3rd down, I'd come right back to Broussard. Follow that block up front by number 40, Jordan.
Broussard down to the 5, down to the 4-yard line. And Jamon Hughes with another tackle, but not before Broussard picks up the 1st down.
Talk about quick feet. And watch these quick feet. Look how quick they're getting down on the ground. You see how explosive he is through the hole? When you see that hole, you got to get through that hole.
By the way, Ryan Perilou has checked in at quarterback. Where's number 11, the redshirt freshman?
And you know what his instructions are? Give it to number 22. Let's see how good he's going to be. Let's see if he's over that injury. Follow number 40.
Broussard stutter steps, dives for the goal line, and a fumbled football, but LSU has it. Jeremy Jones with the fumble recovery.
Boy, the hole wasn't there. Number 40, Sean Jordan, leads him through the hole. But the hole's not there. Look at him plug it up right there. And he dances to the outside. He loses that ball control right there. Look at it come out there. But he's fortunate that LSU fell on top of it. But again, that ball was right there.
2nd down and goal from 1. So let me ask you this, Dave Rowe. You think they're going to give it to 22?
I told you, just give it to him. Run tackle to tackle. Don't get fancy. And don't try any quarterback sneak.
Why not?
You're from Mississippi. Maybe you can.
Broussard dives in. Touchdown, LSU. The 3rd rushing touchdown of the year for the 6', 250-pound junior tailback, Ali Broussard.
Just power. Good block move around there. You saw Blanchard, 59. He's the guard, the offside guard. He came around the pile and got a good block out in front. But you're right. There was no fooling him on that. That's Broussard's time. He ran well on that drive.
Chris Jackson trying to point out, it goes haywire. Matt Flynn has to just throw it through the end zone. Incomplete. 48-17 is our score. Make sure you get out and check out Brooks and Dunn as Derek Pegues gets hit pretty hard on that return. It has been a strange afternoon in Baton Rouge. Trey Rutland in at quarterback for Mississippi State. The left-hander gets swallowed up on his first play. Al Woods, the true freshman, comes up with the sack. Time for our Lincoln Financial players of the game. Tony Burks, 4 catches, over 100 yards. Of course, had a big touchdown reception as well. And then JaMarcus Russell, what an afternoon he put together. 18 out of 20, 330 yards, which is a new career high, bettering his previous mark by 45 yards. Also had 3 touchdowns. A fantastic day, and in recognition of their efforts, Lincoln Financial Group is pleased to provide $2,000 to the scholarship fund of the 12 member institutions of the SEC. Hello, future. Here's Rutland going deep, showing a little bit of his arm strength. Pass is picked off at the 33-yard line, and that'll do it. Craig Stelz with that interception. That is the 2nd interception of the day for LSU defensively, bringing their total to 10. I don't know what Western Michigan did today, but they had 9 coming in to lead the country, but a flag is down, as maybe that just fell out of the pocket. It did. Let's see. See what the call is here.
Let's see if maybe they wave it off.
After the play was over, personal foul. Number 84 on the defense, unnecessary roughness. The penalty is 15 yards from the end of the play. LSU first down.
Raheem Alem. Did he say against LSU, right?
Yes, I believe it was.
The way Sylvester Kroom looked, it looked like it was against one of his players, but that's Raheem Alem with the personal foul. But it's a strange day in that LSU came out 5 possessions, 5 touchdowns to start the game. Mississippi State 5 possessions, 5 punts, down 35-0, and LSU continue to pour it on. They end up winning 48-17.